dogs, PJ Dogtown Mom here, and welcome to a brand new series. So this one is going to be called Blueprints and Reviews. What we're going to be doing on these gameplays are we're going to be making HVs and SVs and capital vessels. Now, I've only ever made one SV in game, um, and everything else I have found and I have brought in. Now, under certain circumstances, you need certain vehicles, especially when you're doing game special gameplays like the Iron Man competition. There are certain vessels that you're going to need to bring in that may be cheap, just to get you around, just so that you can uncover stuff on the planet. And I think that's one of the first vessels I am going to make. Now, welcome to my laboratory, or I should say um, my factory. This is going to be the factory where we are going to be building all of our vessels, or even it may not be vessels. So we are also going to be doing bases and stuff like that. But we're going to start off with a hovercraft. So in today's episode, that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, why don't we take a look at my plant here? So here, let's take a look around. All right, so this is the I think this is the west parking lot. This is the west parking lot. As you come in here to Dogs Nation, as you can see there. Now, I did not create this um, this base. This base was created by somebody else, and I'm going to leave the name right above here as to the person that created this base here. So it has some really neat features. If you want to showcase any of your crafts, you can do so, and then have the labels here as to what it is right in the front here. Um, there is a common area here. This is the reception desk here. Now, current schedule says every Sunday I'm going to be doing a workshop. I hope to keep it at every Sunday. Um, but we'll see what happens. If not, I will notify you if we're going to be changing that up. But right now, we're going to try for every Sunday to have a brand new workshop. So here's like a little park area that's been created. These areas here are where I'm going to have one section where we're going to review certain vessels. Like for instance, this one here. This vessel here is called the. Is this the one? Yeah. This one here is created by a person by the name of Jennifer, and so this is the 0G Copperhead X, and like I said before, it is by Jennifer. It is a cool vessel. Love the design. She makes a bunch of them, a bunch of SVs, capital vessels, and so forth. I will again have her workshop name listed above. But as you can see, it's a beautiful looking machine. She flies really well. Um, she handles on a dime, really. Like it's a really good vessel. In fact, this was the vessel that I wanted to bring in to my Xerox Invasion series that I'm doing to help me to take out some of those, especially the drone base. Just because this one here maneuvers way better than the Pegasus that I have. But anyways, let's not get carried away with that. So this is a great machine. We will take this out for a fly, maybe in another series. But right now, this one here is on display. I will update this board here to have the proper name and to have the workshop of the lady that creates these. Okay, so now let's look at the most common vessel that I tend to bring in. Oh, before we do that, sorry guys, before we do that, I keep on forgetting. I'm taking you guys on a tour. Let's take the jetpack off. We don't need it right now. So this is the main area here. This is where all the brains of the operation happens. There's a little cafeteria here and such. People milling around, and you can post your your stuff here. There's a food dispenser, and there's a, again, like I said, there's a cafeteria and where you can get stuff to eat. All right. There is a little bit of a vista up above that you can check out the terrain around you. We are on the planet Akua. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a beautiful building, and this building here was created by. So this base here is called the New Technology Showcase, and it is created by Clef. So if you go to Clef's workshop, he has two other items that he has created. One is an SV, and one is a capital vessel. It's a beautiful base, and it's great for what I want to do for my series because we are going to be showcasing some uh, uh, vessels, whether it's this SV here, or whether we're looking at creating our own. And some bases. If I can get some bases on here as well, that would be great. If not, we're going to put a base in the parking lot and then have a sign so we know who created it. So check it out. It is a really really cool building. Clef had a really great idea and he put it all together. So let's get started. So this is what we're going to be doing. Like I said, I hope to be doing this every Sunday. But right now, let's get to the first, I guess, creation or my first build of this series. So, like I was saying, during the Ironman competition, sometimes it it is worthwhile bringing in a vessel that is very easy to bring in, that doesn't cost you a lot of resources. So we are going to start off. Oh, here's something else. Well, we're gonna show the thunder tank another time. But here we go. Here is the most basic HV that you can get. This is the prefab tier 1. This is what she looks like. So let's take a look at her in all her splendor. Here, let me just take my jetpack off so I can just walk around over here. So there it is. Very, very clean. Doesn't take a lot of copper, iron, or silicone. Those are the main things. It takes no cobalt whatsoever. So as you can see, there are no guns on this um, HV here. No guns whatsoever. It is a tier 1, and you can bring it in at a level 3. So what I went ahead and I done is I've taken it apart. So because please keep in mind, guys, I have not created hovercraft or anything for that matter, other than an SV that I tried to do way back in one of my earlier series. So um, this is a very simple construction, but very well designed. Now, they also left you some pockets in here that you can go ahead and stick a gun in, stick some lights in. And back here is where I usually put, and believe it or not, this is quite roomy. I can fit in an object that is 1 by 2 and an object that's 1 by 1 here in the back, as well as the very top. You can do the same. You can put a 1 by 2 object there and have it all nestled right in the body of the craft there. Um, I have also modified this to take out these structural blocks here, and in the past I would stick something in there, whether it's a mini constructor or something, fuel tank, something along those lines. So what the aim is for me today is for me to come up with my very own build. So we're gonna see what I can come up with today. Um, I think I will probably speed up. Depending on the time, I might speed up the build process. But let's first take a look and see how they put this together. So without the fluff on it, without the added steel blocks, you have the what do you call it, the cockpit area here. And underneath the cockpit on both sides, there is your fuel tanks. Then there is an oxygen generator there. And each side here has the hover engines, so you need 4 hover engines. But the interesting thing here is there's 2 engines going forward, 2 thrusters for forward, one up, hold on, yeah, 2 forward, 2 back, and one to the left and one to the right. That is all this baby has. There's nothing else here. So let me see if that is accurate. Oh, and it has one RCS, which is what helps you with your direction. So, and it also has a landing pad. These are the docking pads. Sorry, it's got 2 docking pads, which locks it in. 3 actually, 3 docking pads, which locks it into your base, etc. Or if you're going to put it on a capital vessel, it'll lock it onto that. So there you have it. I'm going to go off now. We're going to pick, why don't we just go right next door here. And I'm going to see if I can't come up with my own. Now, please keep in mind, guys, I have not made one before. So try not to laugh too hard, okay? But anyways, let's see what I can do very quickly here. The first thing is I wanna keep this guy kind of off the ground so I can kind of walk around it and see what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in a core. So we're gonna start with a hover vessel. Here it is. Let's grab 2. We're gonna grab 2 of those, and I'm gonna start off with the most basic blocks possible, because again, I want to be able to bring this stuff in without having to add a lot of resources to it. So let's get everything that we need. I know I'm going to need steel blocks. I know you're asking me why I'm bringing in 2 of this. You'll see in a second. I am going to it's just regular steel. I just want regular steel for a second. Hardened steel block. Oh, maybe I want to make it off. I'll just, I think, do it off of that. Okay, you're going to see what I'm mumbling about in a minute. I don't know. Shutter windows. What are these? Armored windows. Okay, I'm not going to get into any armored because that's going to cost a lot. A lot, I should say. So let's just take a look at, so we have these. Let's go ahead and just move you over for 2 seconds. And these are just regular shutter blocks. Okay. Now, I am going to use, I should say, I'm in the wrong spot here, sorry. Okay, remember, we're keeping this very basic. We are doing a hover vessel. A hover vessel is, which one is the hover again? See, that's what I don't remember. Is this for an SV? Which one is, oh, it's right at the top. So I'm looking for blue. So we're looking for blue. Okay, give me 5. I'm not gonna need 5, but let's move this over. Let's get, where are these guys? Where's the fuel tanks? Here, let's make this a lot easier. Okay, guys, let's just look at what I need. Okay, so we have fuel tank. Let's move it over. We're going to need a cargo box for sure. Let's move this over. Although I tend not to bring in, no, you know what? We're not going to do the cargo box, and I'm going to tell you why. But actually, we're going to use that, and I'll tell you why we're going to use that. Are these just the basic? Yeah, these are the basic level 3 thrusters. Okay, so let's get a couple more of those. We're not putting any guns on it whatsoever. We are going to need the hover engine, the normal hover engine. We are going to need RCs. Where are the RCs? RC, RC, RC. Where are you? Do you guys see the RC? That's gonna put that on. Not gonna put a fridge on it, but give me the fridge anyways. Give me the mobile constructor. Give me the hover booster. Oh yeah. What level do you bring in the hover booster? Okay, we're going to take a look at that because I want to create something that you can bring in at a level 1. Sorry, level 3. Here, give me one of those. And I think that's everything. I don't think I need anything else. Don't think I need anything else. Now, you know what? I actually have a question here. Does this one not have a hover booster? It may not because it is a level 3. And I don't recall what level a hover booster is, but we're going to go ahead and check that. Oh, geez, get out. I didn't want to get in. I am so sorry. I just wanted to see if we open this up and go to devices. This one has 1 cockpit, core, generator. It has 4 hover engines, 1 tank, 1 RC, 1 thruster left, 1 thruster right, 2 back, and 2 front. Yeah, so this does not have a booster. So I'm going to guess a booster comes in later. So let's take a look at that right now, actually. If we go ahead and go to tech tree, and we go to a hover vessel here, these are all the items I can bring in at a level 3. Now, the more things that I bring in, for instance, the Gatling gun, the O2 station, the more it's going to cost. So I'm going to bring in very little. I'm only going to bring in the necessities. And everything else is going to wait until I bring it in and I can produce that. So even the lights, if you look at the lights, they're at a level 4. So we're not going to bring in the lights. I'm going to go ahead and dump the lights. But the reason I have, oh, I see, and a hover booster is a level 5. So we're going to leave this level alone. What I'm going to do is build something for a level 3 and a level 3 only. But what I want to do is have provisions or have spots where you can put a Gatling gun, where I can put a mobile constructor, where I can put a fridge in the future, or lights, etc. So we're going to color code that, kind of how they did the color coding here. So if we take a look at this baby here, they've marked everything where something goes in. They've marked it with that yellow striping. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna follow that same format. Now, I'm going to see if I can build something that looks like a Jeep. Like a Jeep. But we're going to keep it very simplistic like this one here. And we're going to try and keep it very compact. Because if you look at this, this is only... here, let me get the blocks. Let me get the blocks going here for a second. This is probably like 5 blocks. Let's take a look here. Is this like 5 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is 9 blocks long in total. This is actually a pretty good size, and there's very little amount of blocks. So anyways, let's get started and see what we can do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start building ours over here. All right. Okay. So here we go, guys. So this is going to be the basic level 3. We've got um, 4 hover engines. We have 1 RCS. We have 2 thrusters going back, 2 thrusters going forward, and we have 1 generator. And where's my fuel tanks? No fuel tanks. Crappers. Okay. Let me add my fuel tanks. Um, see, this is how we, okay, I don't need the generator anymore. I don't need the hover. Let's get rid of what we don't need. I don't even know why I have that in my hand. I don't need the RCs. Let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. Now it comes down to here. Let's put the generators on. 1 there. 1 there. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to have the lights go here. That's where the lights are going to be. So I'm going to build everything else around the lights. And remember, I want this to look like a Jeep. In the back, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do kind of like an open concept. So how many blocks is this? I'm curious. So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've got 5 blocks. I don't want to make this um, too much bigger. So what we're going to do here, lights are going to go there, right? Lights are going there. We're going to slope this sucker down. Let's see. Slope this sucker down. Okay. Down. All right. I think we're done. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not going to do anything else to it. Basically, this here can be a little cargo spot here. Um, and yeah, so this is my first vessel. Um, we're going to put the lights in here. So all I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to color it, and it's going to be done. We're going to take it out for a test drive. I am going to speed up most of the build just so that it doesn't take up a lot of time. But here we go, guys. Let's make this happen. So I think the Gatling gun, I'm just going to put them right here on the very side, on the very top, 1 on either side. There's a lot of room here to put stuff. So I think we're okay with everything else. We can put backlights, whatever we want over here. But this is going to be my first ever. Now, I mean, if I want to get fancy, I can try and put a bar across here, or maybe a bar across there. Maybe take this off and put a bar. But I don't think I'm going to do that. It's just going to add a lot. Looks-wise, it might look better, but I think it's just going to confuse, sort of take off of. It's going to add more resources for sure, and the whole thing is to keep this cheap. I didn't really want to use a lot of blocks. I think I used a little bit more blocks than I actually wanted to. So I'm going to tell you right now, this vessel here is going to cost you way more than that one over there. I'm just saying, probably will, but we can take a look. All right, so let me take this away. I'm gonna clean this up so we can stick lights in there very easily. Those can be lights, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna put maybe some reflective stuff on here, but this is gonna be my first hover vessel. I'm going to color it, and then we're going to go ahead and create this as my first pattern. I am going to have to put down one thing I didn't do yet, and I'll do that once I've installed it, is the landing pads. I'm going to have to put the landing pad somewhere. So right now, I'm going to go ahead, color the sucker. Oh, that's not coloring. Oh yeah, but you see here, I'm going to color the inside here. Just so you know that this is where we can add lights. All right, that's where the lights go. I am going to color this here. Oh, it won't. It won't color that. Interesting. It won't color that. Okay, maybe I can just use the actual coloring tool, and we're gonna use this yellow here. We're gonna put, so these are removable, guys. Anything that you see yellow will be removable. Let's go ahead and do that again. That's not the right yellow. This is the right yellow. Let's go ahead and do that. It looks weird. So all of that could be removable. You could put whatever you want there, as well as over here. Okay, now let's start adding some textures here. Alright, so here we go. Let's take the sucker out for a spin. So my intentions are, guys, the very back here, we're going to have, see, lights can go there. We're going to have like storage boxes and stuff back there, so it actually looks like it's carrying something. And you can also stand in there, and hopefully nothing can jump up there and attack you. You can stand there and shoot, fire, do whatever you want. But yeah, so there we are. There's no lights on this sucker now, but this is the first craft. There's no light here. Let's get back to base, and we're gonna patent this one. Now I need a name. What am I gonna call this hover vessel? No idea what I'm gonna call it. Okay, so we took off of the platform up here. Okay, so let's get back up on top here. Alright, we're back. Okay, so this is the first vessel that I've made. Thank you for joining me, guys. Here, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for this sucker. Down we go. Oh yes, I have to add the landing pad here. Let's get out. So, landing pads. I should paint underneath. Paint it white. Okay, I'm not sure what that was over there. All right, so there we have it. That's all painted. Everything is painted back here, right? Not quite. Oh yeah, no, that's painted. Okay, I need to add landing pads. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, there you have it. There it is, landing pad and all. This is my, I need a name. Okay, so I'm gonna come up with a name, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my brand new workshop. Um, so give me a second while I do that, and we'll be back. Okay, guys, so we've done it. So this is now available for you guys to use. I've named it. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what I've named it. Okay, it is called the Patrol Vessel, and it is by moi. Um, I have added it to the blueprints. This is my very first vessel, so test it out, guys. Again, just keep in mind this is very basic. Here, let me show you. Let me show you the stats on this. So, you can unlock it at level 3. Why doesn't the name stick? It just says hover vessel here. How can you change that, guys? Somebody let me know here. See, I've changed this 5 times. The blueprint does say patrol vessel. I'll show you that in a second. However, every time I open up the screen, this still says hover vessel. So I'm not sure why it's saying that, but sorry. Let's get back to the stats here. It is a level 3, and it's got 1 generator, no solar capabilities, 2 fuel tanks, and the amount of ingots that you're going to need, iron ingots, is 108. Copper is 98, and silicone is 72. It's going to take 10 minutes and 34 seconds production time for you to bring it in. And here just are some, how many hover engines I used, etc., etc. I did not add a cargo box or a fridge or anything. These are things that I think you can add in later. I will probably upgrade this version and call it something patrol vessel whatever, version 2, version 3, whatever, where I will have the cargo box and the fridges and everything added. So I will do that, but they will then be a level 5 or higher levels. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so that is going to be it, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming out to my very first, excuse me as I clear my throat, my very first workshop episode. We're going to have many more. I hope to do these on Sundays. Anyway, so this is it. There she is, the patrol jeep right behind me. And like I said, I'm going to have different versions and come up with a bunch of different names for them. So that's it. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can stay up to date with my latest uploads. I should change this so that it never rains here. I mean, this is in creative mode. But anyways, guys, it's been a blast. I hope you enjoy. Talk to you guys later. Ciao for now.